What about the game in West Point this week? 3-3 East Carolina at 23rd ranked Army. Army number now 6-0 on the season. This is a noon Saturday game on ESPN2. Army a 15-point home favorite.
Yeah, this game is interesting to me for a few reasons. One, ECU coach Mike Houston's coming off that horrific 2-10 campaign last year. His team just lost to the Charlotte 49ers, a newcomer to the American Athletic Conference, for the second year in a row. And his players are smart enough to know that Coach Houston is essentially fighting for his job at the best possible time, heading into a game against a team that runs the triple option, which is difficult to prepare for under any circumstances. Your scout team cannot duplicate the way Army runs the triple option, but at least these Pirates had the full 2 weeks to prepare for these Black Knights. Number 3, this is that national TV game, as you mentioned, on Saturday afternoon against not just any Army team, but a nationally ranked Army team that is 6-0 and that 2-touchdown favorite roughly. But with all due respect to the Black Knights, they have not beaten a single quality football team so far this year. Their 5 FBS victims, Florida Atlantic, Rice, Temple, Tulsa, and UAB, have a combined record of 8 wins and 22 losses. So basically to this point, Army has beaten up on the bottom half of the American Athletic Conference. Now, this is the Pirates' chance to prove, if they have it in them, that they are better than all of those other teams in the bottom half of the AAC, that they're not cellar dwellers themselves. It is still hard for me to believe, Chris, that 2 weeks ago, ECU gave up that many points in a 55-24 loss to Charlotte, because I think the Pirates have pretty decent personnel on the defensive side of the ball. It was also disappointing when Caton Hauser, the Michigan State transfer that a lot of Pirates fans had been calling for at quarterback, he finally got his chance against the 49ers, and he played not just poorly, but really, really poorly. When Mike Houston was asked this week about the starting QB against Army and whether it would be Hauser or the extremely turnover-prone but also kind of exciting at times season-long starter Jake Garcia, Coach Houston answered, quote, "whoever gives us the better chance to win," which is coach speak, of course. But I'd have to guess that the guy who has shown the ability to throw the ball around while in a Pirates uniform and make big plays, Garcia, will get the nod. Regardless, ECU's defense will have to be the starting point if there's going to be an upset in this one, because Army, they have a senior quarterback named Bryson Daly. He's almost 225 pounds. He's really tough to tackle. He rarely throws the ball, but he's 8th in the nation with 123 rushing yards per game. That's the number 1 rushing quarterback in the entire country, and he's been leading one of the most efficient offenses in all of college football. The Black Knights really rarely throw the ball, but they're averaging a national best 370 rushing yards per game and almost 40 points per game. And the way they run that triple option offense, it takes only one missed assignment or one slip up by a defensive player for Army to make a big play or break a long run for a touchdown. The bottom line here is that this is a very tough matchup for anybody. But if that ECU defense can take advantage of the extra week of preparation and somehow limit Army's big plays, the Pirates at least would have a chance to shock the world because the Black Knights are not an elite team on defense. So maybe Garcia can get the Pirates going a little bit on that side of the ball.
All right, DG, as we wrap up this opening segment, give me a game or two involving other in-state teams that may be worth more of a brief mention this week.
Yeah, Wake Forest at UConn. I am aware that UConn's record right now is 4-2, but that is not a good football team. I watched the Huskies lose to Duke. That makes this a great opportunity for the 2-4 Demon Deacons of Dave Clawson to put up a big number with what I still think is a very talented crew offensively. Maybe the Deeks can make one more step toward possible bowl eligibility in this one. And the other one worth mentioning briefly, 3-3 Charlotte has an assignment similar to the Pirates' trip to Army. The 49ers head to number 25 ranked and 6-0 Navy. When's the last time Navy and Army were both 6-0 at midseason? The 49ers are understandably a 17-point underdog to the midshipmen in this game, but the undefeated Middies do not play great defense. So if there's a path to upset to an upset for Charlotte, as I said with the Pirates, it would be building on, in the 49ers case, that 55-point output they had against ECU in that dominating win over the Pirates 2 weeks ago, when Charlotte's true freshman quarterback, Deshaun Purdy, threw for more than 200 yards for the first time in his entire college career.